G'day peoples! In this episode we're going to have a little talk on tyres before leaving St Vincent's and following the Roper River and all its numerous little campsites all the way up to Roper Bar, and going to camp the night there and spend a little time checking it out. There's also a police barracks up above the crossing which I'll check out. Yeah, let's get into it. Just want to talk about tyres for a minute. Tyre pressures is a subject that creates a lot of debate, so here's a couple of my thoughts on it. Running a tyre at a lower pressure on gravel road, in my instance, has certainly saved a lot of punches, but as you can see, if you've got a small rock, it's not going to make any difference to whether or not that tyre is going to get punctured in the sidewall. It will go through the tread but not through the sidewall, because if you have a look at that, you're going to need a much taller rock to go through the sidewall. So we'll take this little one and show you. So that tyre, or a smaller rock, is not going to be in contact with the sidewall, so you're not going to do any damage. What it will go through right on the edge of the tread or across the tread. So in my instance, running lower pressures is not going to make much difference between sidewall punches, but it will make a big difference in having less tread punches. So that's my thought on the matter anyway. That's Shane's tyre tip for today. I normally run my tyres at about 35 psi, and when I go off onto the dirt roads I drop them down to about 25 psi. So let's have a look at the difference in the sidewall sticking out. Alright, as you can see, we'll keep the same spot. And the difference is about 4 mil. So that 4 mil difference is also a lot higher up the tyre carcass itself, so there's less chance of it being hit by a rock, except for one of the big rocks. Now, if you also have a look at the punches that'll go through the tread, in the hard packed dirt, the rock gets jammed against the hard packed dirt, can't go anywhere, so it'll push into the tyre when you've got a high tyre pressure. But when you've got a lower tyre pressure, it will wrap around the rock, so therefore it won't push through, so your chances are a lot less of getting a puncture. So in my opinion, you are far better off to run lower pressures on dirt and gravel roads than you are leaving the tyre pressures right up. Leaving Lamarium Lagoon, and now we're sort of heading to the west along the Roper River Road. So let's get into it. This is the camp at Diddy Baba. So we're on the banks of the Roper River, but you can't actually get to it. Must be a spot along here somewhere where you can get down to it. Yeah. Well, I'm now at Mountain Creek Campground. I still ain't going in. Yeah, there is one bar of 4G in this campground. So I guess we can't be too far away from an Aboriginal settlement. Someone's gone to a lot of work here. It's not a government issue, that's for sure. I don't know where you put your boat in though. Even got to step under the water. Not sure if this is Mountain Creek or the Roper River, because the join is right here somewhere. I'm guessing this is what they use for a boat ramp. Okay, this is actually Mountain Creek there. If we walk around here a little, you can see that it opens up, and that's Roper River out there. So many butterflies. Should have called them flutterboys. Oh, can't see anyway. So that was a waste of time. You got to watch these ants. They're nasty. We're now at Yulmungi camping area. You got to watch these ants. They're nasty. We're now at Yulmungi camping area. So we'll just go down and have a look and see what sort of access you got to the water. And we do have one bar of 4G. So it's enough to get in contact with people. There's pretty much zero access as well around here. I'm now touring around Tomato Island campground. It's huge. Got boat ramp, got some access to water here and there. Even got taps. It's not potable. Showers and toilets. Got some commemorative stuff in a little day-used park over there. A rubbish collection as well. Seems like a pretty good spot to stay. So that was Munbilia Campground, which is Tomato Island. Anyway, I shall carry on. Pulled up at Roper Bar to camp for the night, so looks like a pretty good spot. I managed to have a dip in this little second pool here after I checked it out to see if there's any crocs in there. It was deep enough to sit in, up to your neck, so good enough for me. There's a couple of local families on the other side with kids all swimming in the water over there, so I guess if they haven't lost any, then they're probably fairly safe. Yeah, apparently there's some buildings up on the hill there, so we're going to go over there and have a look. Okay, this is the Roper River Police Station site. It's a pretty big can. I guess it was a pretty big effort. Yeah, this is a jail cell. And look, easy, just crawl out one of the holes. Well, time to head back to camp, maybe even have another swim. Well, that's about it for this episode. So I'll see you on the next adventure.